So today we're going to be opening up the blue in-space Ranger and a Psycho Ranger. Silver? Yes, guys, he's a real thing. So yes, there is a Silver Psycho Ranger. He made an appearance once in the in-space Power Rangers. And of course, we already knew who the blue guy is, Mr. TJ himself, who is in Turbo. He was the Red Ranger. So there's a bunch of more psychos than what you've seen on TV. This guy, he's from the TV show. So there's also a green. So the green one's kind of pricey up there. I'm on the hunt for that guy, but we'll see. So pretty much we're dealing with TJ. Got his little weapons and stuff in here. Then we got Zane, the Silver Ranger from In Space, the Sixth Ranger. Yes, he actually pretended to be the Silver Psycho. So let's get him open. So avoid the noises and stuff. I went ahead and just unboxed everything. So, because that crinkling sound gets really old. So here's TJ, Blue Ranger. Not bad. So just doing a quick run through, make sure there's nothing messed up with him, because I've been finding some of these lightning collections are not doing so well with their QC stuff. So yeah, he moves around. So he's a little loose up here in the front, but we can deal with that. So, all right, good old TJ. And you're like, why is he coming with fighting the Silver Psycho? Well, Silver Psycho is kind of undercover, trying to throw off the Rangers. Well, the Psycho Rangers. So, and he ended up surprising them because the Psychos are actually after their powers. So, of course, here's our little blaster guy. I wouldn't mind having one of those to hang on the wall. Go ahead and put that here. His little holster. So all the Rangers have the same blasters. That's cool. All right. Then here's TJ's head. Actually looks all right. Yeah, even his eyes are okay. So he looks not bad. Okay. Over here, there's a little axe going on here. So pretty cool. Got the handle. And here's his fancy lightning collection with it, right? So I'm trying to find a hole or something right there. Boom. Works for me. Hiya! So I can deal with that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this guy. Yeah, we're going to stick this guy in here. We're going to have him hold both of his weapons. So right here, get the axe going. Like so. Yeah. Not really a fancy, friendly axe to me. Should be bigger, but I'm cool with it. So we're going to try to pose him like that. I'm going to put his gun, his blaster, in his hand. Because why not? All right, get the face. There we go. So he's hanging out there too. Yeah, he's ready to go at it, man. All right. Of course, he came with a actual fist. Then, of course, my favorite hand. Hi-ya hand. The karate chop hand. So now we're getting into Zane real quick. Silver Psycho. There's his head. Sculpts aren't too bad on these ones. I'm sure these are kind of mid-range for the Hasbro side of things. Here's his blade, also blaster. It's a must-have. I do like it. It's covered up, has a little like the fins coming out of it, kind of like the Psycho's head does. Of course, then you guys love that. I love that. Just about every Psycho has a version of that for a little lightning collection. They're sucking energy, or they can take your energy. Then, of course, you got the hand. So, not bad. And over here, we got our actual Psycho. So, yes. So, there was multiple Psycho guys. And he's actually pretty solid. I have to check him out because I want to say he's my favorite, but he's going to be one of my favorites. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, yeah, these Psychos are kind of hard to get a hold of, especially like the pink and the yellow. The pink and yellow actually came in a 5-pack for the other ones, and you can get the black one like pretty cheap. So That's not bad, guys. Yeah. See his little fins here? Kind of like how they matched up with his weapon almost. Kind of reminds me of the Flash's, like, you know, lightning bolts almost. Yeah, so with him, open hand, open hand. So what I'm going to do is, we got his left hand for draining. So I'm going to go and switch those hands out real quick. Because why not? Show how powerful they are. And I'm sure he doesn't actually have this power because, like I said, he was an undercover and Space Ranger. But it's just funny because even the Psycho Ranger's like, who are you? You know. But if I'm correct, the original Psycho Ranger is the Green Ranger. I believe. I believe he's still around kicking somewhere. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and put his little blaster blade on. Right here in his hand. And I'm still only at like 30 plus of these guys, man, out of like, I think how many figures are there? Like 100 and some? 140, give or take. So I have a lot of work to do. And since the whole Hasbro thing, they shut down Power Rangers for now, at least, Lightning Collection, these guys can get harder and harder to find. So if you look on eBay, things are going to be expensive. So his hand barely doesn't want to grab it. So I'm trying to, all right, let me see if I can bend his fingers up a little bit. Like so. All right, bring his fingers up. Stick that in there. Boom. I want him to actually grab it. Not that way. Make him grab it backwards. All right, try that again. Of course, I'm mental problems on this. All right, there it is. All right, slowly those fingers will close back up. Boom. Yeah, he looks like he's ready to rock. Let's rock it. Yeah. Silver Psycho. And I didn't even know he came in a 2-pack. I didn't even know they had a toy of him. But they make a toy of this guy who had one appearance actually in the TV show. And that was it. And actual other Rangers, they're not making nothing for. It's kind of sad, actually. Some of these Rangers actually should complete their teams and stuff like that, too. But I'm just glad they have almost all the I believe they have all the Psychos out, too. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, guys. But you got TJ, you got Zane. So Undercover Psycho, which, you know, is fun. So, yeah, guys. So let's stick them on my shelf. In space, for the in space stuff, I have the black and pink over here. I don't really count him because he's the third Ranger. So, but I like their posing a little bit. I'm trying to keep them somewhat the same. Hopefully he stays up. Move her forward a little bit. I'm gonna put with the blue back here, just like that. There we go. Go ahead and move him forward or back. There we go. There's the Space Rangers. So I have 2 more to get of theirs. There's a 2-pack I want to get with the Red Ranger with them. So now with the Psychos right there. You guys see my Psychos already when I put the blue guy up. So let me readjust here. Psycho Red, obviously, he has to be in the front because he's the coolest. We'll go ahead and put this guy up. It looks like he's about to attack the team buddies. So, but for now, we'll just have him angled like so. Slide this guy over a little bit. I can go with that. Looks like I'm slowly building the team up a little bit. So there's going to be, like I said, I got to get the black, which I think's cheaper to get a hold of. Then you got to get the 2 females, pink and yellow. Then you also have a green version of this. So I'm very excited. So they're going to have their own team themselves to go up against other Team Rangers. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. That was Psycho Silver. And yes, like I said, he's real. He was in space. Until next time.